Hi everyone, my name is Paige and you are watching Elevate Filipino TV. It's the place where you want to be to discover possibilities, unlock your potential, and finally create a life and a business that you love. Joining me today is my dear friend Iris Radev. Iris is a medical doctor who is passionate about helping people live meaningful lives. Hi Dr. Iris, welcome.
Oh, hi, Paige. I'm really glad to be here.
So, Dr. Iris, I actually just want to share how I was able to find out about your work. So, for all of you guys, when I was starting Elevate Filipino TV, I was thinking of a show name. And initially, I wanted to call it Filipino Success Movement. And lo and behold, when I Googled it, it was already taken. And I found out that the lady behind this amazing movement is Dr. Iris. And so I made it my mission to really reach out to her and make sure that she is part of this series. So, Dr. Iris, do you mind sharing with us your story? What was your inspiration for starting the Filipino Success Movement?
Yeah, sure. I think, it's very similar to yours, Paige. I think it's really all about realizing the potential na meron tayo, the Filipino people have, and the unfortunate reality that not many people are tapping into that. And so I thought, okay, just even though the thrust of the channel is really to promote more like purpose-driven living and harmony, I had to give it the word success so more people would be inclined to think that, oh, okay, I want to have that like growth, you're moving forward, because when you use the word success, it inspires people to watch it. But really, it's all about not just like the usual success things, but really having harmony and the different aspects of life that will then propel them towards the meaningful success pathway.
So I love that you connected the, meaningful living to what it truly means to be successful. Because really, ultimately, it's not so much, I actually hear this a lot when I'm doing interviews. It's not, people realize it's not about the achievements that you have, the accolades, it's not about the job that you have or the house that you have. Ultimately, it's about the quality of our life, our emotion. And I want to talk to you more about what it really means to live a meaningful life. So, in your description, Dr. Iris, how would you describe meaningful living?
Yeah, that's actually, if you can see my background, it's something that I'm really passionate about. I'd really like to talk about it. So thank you for asking that question, Paige. So for me, meaningful living, it's really living a life of purpose, number one. So exploring that gift that was given to you. If you believe in a creator, God or a source or universe, some people call it universe. You are given something now very unique. It's really unique to you. It's not like anyone else's. It can be similar to other people's, but it's unique to you in your own way. And so when you live that out, then that's for me meaningful living, because you're offering your gift to the world. So that's one. And then second is, of course, the harmony. So it's my other favorite word. So living a life of harmony where the four aspects of life, so there's the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual, are all taken into account. So because if you don't, if one of them suffers, they tend to pull the other ones down. And a lot of people don't realize this, especially when you're just starting out in your success journey. A lot of us focus, it really depends on your stage of life, the stage of your business you're in, for example, or your the career you're in, or even the family pathway, right? Like a young family will have a different set of priorities over a more mature family. So, these are the things that, if you don't like take into account, there's no harmony. It will tend to pull the other aspects of life down, and it will impact ultimately your journey throughout life. So that's the second. So purpose, harmony, and then the third is my other favorite word, which is mindfulness. It's really having the ability to connect with what's here right now, like not missing out in life because you're too focused, too far out in the future, but rather, really enjoying what's here. So being mindful, being aware, and living life as it is, right? Because it's too short. In my profession, I think I'm a little bit biased because in the work that I do, I see life cut short. I've seen it cut short so many times, right? And it it really tugs my heartstrings to see this person has planned for so many things and then illness comes. So if you're not able to enjoy yung moment na ito and you're just too focused on the future, it's great to have goals. I love goals, pero it's missing out on the present moment kasi. You never know, diba? So those are the three things for me. So living a life of purpose, having that harmony, and living mindfully.
So
So yeah.
purpose, harmony, and mindfulness. I really love that you brought up, it's good to have goals, but at the same time you have to be aware that your goals are not hindering you from actually living and enjoying the present moment. So Dr. Iris, when we were talking on the phone before this actual interview, you and I spoke about how mindfulness practice, it's a lost art, right? Like in history, in spiritual textbooks, we talk about mindfulness a lot, but somehow as we modernize, as we develop into our new normal, we've kind of lost the touch of what it means to be mindful. And especially for us, you and I are from Canada. We've also seen our fellow Filipinos, they sacrifice so much to be able to move abroad, for them to be able to achieve and acquire many different things here. But in the expense, like you said, sometimes in the expense of their health or even their emotions or their spiritual quality. And I love that you say na, one area, if you're not doing well in that area, it tends to pull on the other areas of your life. So everything is very holistic. But say, I know that we want to bring the practice of mindfulness to other Filipinos. If, let's say, this is their first time encountering that, how would you describe it, say, in layman's term?
Yeah, so it's really paying attention on purpose. So you're really like purposefully paying attention. So imagine, like, just to give you a context, para mas madaling maintindihan. So for first timers, let's say you and I are talking right now, right, Paige? We are having a conversation. So most of the time, the default will be to think of what to say next. You're not truly there to listen, to look at the person, look at their eyes, listen to the inflections of the voice, like be there, right? Like really savor that moment. We're not doing that because we're too busy like thinking of what do I say next? How do I, convey, my own agenda, for example. So in life, especially with the new technology, fast-paced world na meron tayo, it's always like, thoughts going on to the next task on
Yeah.
hand or planning, right? Like, what am I going to cook for dinner? But you're having a conversation. So mindfulness is paying attention on purpose in a very particular way and without judgment. So yun yung keyword doon. You don't judge. You're simply there to witness the moment as it unfolds. You're not passing any form of like commentary in your head, like saying, oh, ito namang tao na ito, ganyan, ganito. Right? So you're just really experiencing that moment. So yun po yung, that's the definition of mindfulness. Again, it's paying attention on purpose in a very particular way without judgment so that you can savor what's actually happening in that moment.
That's very powerful. And I find, Dr. Iris, when we actually take the time to be conscious about being mindful in the present moment, we tend to slow down, right? Like, parang it's not natural for us to actually take our time and just be there. Because oftentimes people are just go, go, go.
Yeah, you nailed it. I like the word you said. Yeah, na parang, yeah, you're so right. Kasi that's the norm ngayon eh. Imagine everything like from Amazon is like, same day delivery, right?
Yeah.
To like really just scrolling and then finding what you need right away. So always like rushing yung mind natin is always off somewhere else other than here. Yeah.
So, Dr. Iris, you've worked with so many different clients, all walks of life, through your practice. And I know from conversation that one of the things you like to impart when you deal with your clients is you share with them practices of mindfulness. So, based on your own personal life and your own personal experience, and also what you've seen from your clients' lives, could you share with us how mindfulness can impact your personal life and also your business life?
Okay, that's a great question. I think it's important, like with anything else, right? Like with even the things we learn in school, is actually the application that matters because that's what you use in real life. So applying it to how can it impact yung personal life more and then business. So first of all, personally, I think it allows you to heal from places of deep hurt. And what will what that does for you is it allows you to move forward in many other ways. Because when your foundation, when you, kasi your source of strength are your, like yung mga intuitive knowing mo, yung mga special gifts and talents mo. And when they are trapped beneath yung parang layers of suffering, then they are not allowed to reign free. Like you're not allowing yourself to utilize them properly, and so it hinders you a lot from growth. And so I think it helps you uncover the real you because it allows you to move past all those layers of suffering. So sa personal life, that's very powerful. So imagine yung application yan sa relationships mo, for example. Let's say a lot of people suffer because they cannot get along well with a spouse, for example. And it stems from, trust and security issues when they were growing up. So they're unable to trust and communicate well with a spouse. So the mindfulness it helps you to heal from those, like childhood, for example, traumas, childhood suffering. Kahit hindi yung major trauma, but suffering in a way na yung mga self-esteem issues mo and all those things. And then, ang mangyayari nun, you'll be able to connect more deeply with another human pag hindi ka nagsasuffer in that way. So then it enhances, it really improves relationships. It improves your relationship with your kids, for example. Kasi yung mga patterns of parenting before that kind of really hurt you, pag mindful ka, then you catch yourself na, oh, I'm doing it to my kids as well. I don't want to do the same thing kasi I know that they will suffer. So yung mga ganon, friends, sometimes we tend to judge people kasi we don't understand where they're coming from. When you are mindful, you develop compassion kasi you become you have empathy. You're able to put yourself dun sa shoes ng tao na yun. And so nawawala yung parang judgment mo. You're able to understand them. And in this way, you become a better friend. So it just really enhances so many areas of your life. And so in terms of business naman, I love this part kasi, yung entrepreneurial journey, it's a very, it's fraught with so many challenges. So mindfulness will help you to tap into your creativity kasi following through doon sa personal healing, right? Like personal healing from suffering, when you are not burdened by all these fears, yung mga things that are keeping you down, like sa self-esteem mo, then you're better able to let your creativity flow. Kasi when you're not, di ba? When you're not thinking of, okay, mga insecurities ko ganito, mga entrepreneurs pa naman, very perfectionist, right? Like everything has to be right. Parang ganon, mga type A personality. And not that it's a bad thing, but it's just the way it is. And a lot of times, it gets in the way, it bogs you down. So it helps your creativity in terms of business. Number two, it helps you enjoy your journey. Kasi as I've said nga, as I've alluded to earlier, when we are, when you have the entrepreneurial mindset, you tend to have so many goals, di ba? You have a destination, may inaabot ka. But in the process, you are going through a journey. And many times naririnig mo yung kasabihan, it's really the journey more than the destination. It's your, your process of growth. So when you are mindful, you will actually get to be there as you're growing. And you witness your, yung unfolding as a person. yung growth journey mo. And then one day, finally, nandun ka na sa destination mo and you were able to savor every step of it. So I think that's, that's important because not many people get to do that. We're so blinded by tasks, right? Mga to-do lists.
Mhm.
And so we just go, 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 go. And you didn't really get to, oh, I'm so different now. Oh, today I'm waking up. I have this kind of mindset now, and you're enjoying the journey. So that's the second way mindfulness can help you in your entrepreneurial journey. And finally, yung last is acceptance. Because, again, as I've said, it's full of challenges when you're starting a business or even when you're growing a business, even when you're maintaining a business, you've already made it. Marami pa ring challenges, iba't ibang
Mhm.
klase, di ba? So small, medium, and big challenges depending on your stage of business. And so acceptance is not the same as resignation. Resignation is, losing sense of hope. Acceptance is just really being able to stand with the difficulty. Like ngayon, COVID, right?
Mhm.
So COVID, it posed a lot of challenges sa mga businesses. A lot of businesses have closed. And
Mhm.
so when you practice mindfulness, you're able to stand in close proximity with your challenges. And what that will allow you to do is kasi you're not suppressing it. You're accepting that right now it's a challenging situation. And so when you're more accepting of that, nalalasan yung anxiety mo Kasi here it is, it's the reality right now. And so if
You're
you
not trying
allow
to fight it.
yourself, yeah, if you allow yourself to stand with that difficulty, then later on, magpo-follow yung creativity Because you're not getting bogged down na by the anxiety na parang, oh, ano nang gagawin ko, right?
Mhm.
So then the creativity follows. So I think those are the three powerful ways that mindfulness can help you in your business.
I really love your answer, Dr. Ayers, because as I have this conversation with you, I'm actually thinking, a lot of the times we hear people say, "Oh, where did time go? It just went by." You're so focused on just the doing that you're not able to experience the life that you're actually having in that moment. So I really love that because time is the most valuable asset that we have. We can never get time back. As you've mentioned, you've seen so many lives get cut short so many times. I'm realizing that mindfulness is actually a way for us to save time, right? We're always looking at the next destination, the next goal. So it's definitely important to have a way of practicing mindfulness. So because I want to leave our audience practical tools or actionable steps that they can actually take to practice mindfulness in their life, could you share with us, Dr. Iris, maybe some things that you do personally or some things that you recommend to your clients in order for them to master the art of mindfulness?
Mindfulness pretty much is actually practicing. So it's not so much theory. There is a way to learn the theory about it. So there are formal classes, and I did take some of those. Some of those have been like geared towards general public. So they can. There are those. It's the mindfulness based stress reduction program. So MBSR. But there are also, because the ones that I took are clinicians, so, for doctors and,
Mm-hmm.
psychotherapists and all that. But the main thing is not so much the theory, it's really the practice. Para siyang, think about it like gym. You can read up all about it every day, but if you don't actually do it, if you don't practice it, it, it's not, not gonna bring you anywhere, right? Like close to having a body, yung goal body mo. Same thing with the mindfulness. So the practice, it's really devoting time. So you can start off early. I do have a podcast page where people can download, for example, the grounding meditation, because what it is really one form of practicing it is by meditation. So mindfulness meditation is something that I practice. And then there are other ways like mindful movements, which is similar to yoga, but really like more paying attention to that moment, not just the poses. And then there's like mindful like eating, mindful walking. So there are many different ways to practice this, and I do a combination of them, but mainly it's meditation. So meditation, you can listen. It's a guided meditation. and it's a free download, so they can access it. Many other podcasts offer it, and it's helpful to connect with people, practitioners as well. So in your local area, you can type, for example, like mindfulness sessions or mindfulness meditation groups, and it'll come up because it has to be accessible to you. It can be done online as well. So there are also, like, you can just type in mindfulness meditation online workshop, like local, so that you get the chance to connect with these people in real life as well. So yeah, I suggest to utilize the online resources. And if you have the time and you have, um, like the means to do so, then actually attend an in-person session because it's really powerful. Yeah.
So I know that the topic of mindfulness is very broad. Like, if you want to learn more about this, you really have to take the time to study it on your own, right? And for everyone here who resonated with your message, Dr. Iris, I know that you prepared a special gift for them so that they have an opportunity to work with you. Do you mind sharing that with us?
Oh yeah, so I have the thank you for bringing that up, Paige, and it was through Paige's gracious initiative, because she said, let's provide a free gift. So yeah, so thank you, Paige, for having that initiative. It's I do have a podcast that I don't normally like publish as public, so it's a private. If you get the bundle, so I'm providing um, it's like a toolkit, like it's a document that you can carry around on your phone, plus access to that private podcast. So it's what I call like a meaningful success bundle, and that's available to everyone who opted in and who are watching.
That's really exciting. So guys, definitely check it out. We will share the links down below. And if you love this series, if it made you think about how you can apply mindfulness in your life, definitely share this with your friends and your loved ones, because I really do believe, as the name states, Elevate Filipino TV, I do believe, just like what Dr. Iris shared here with us, mindfulness is a big part of how we all as a community can actually rise together and be elevated. So definitely check out her link down below and share this with your friends and loved ones. And once again, we thank you so much for joining us in this series, and we hope to catch you again on the next episode. My name is Paige, and this is Dr. Iris, and we'll see you next time. Bye.